Hi, it's Christopher Deane, and today we're going to look at my top 5 sketch plugins for productivity. Okay, and before we get into this, just want to tell you all I'm thinking about you, whether you're working from home or stuck at home, lost your job or been stood down like me. This COVID-19 thing, the coronavirus, is having an effect on all of us. It's threatening our lives basically as well. So take care out there. Take care of your families. Take care of the people that you love. Just look out for one another and be safe. Okay, the first thing we're going to look at is colors and shapes. Now the problem. In parts 2 to 4 of my design system series, I showed you how to set up your shared color, shape, and typography styles the Mr. Miyagi way. Repetitive actions that instilled a discipline in you that you can call on when you need to execute a design or the creation of a design system that requires absolute attention to detail. Now, would you like to achieve the same result, but a lot faster? Of course you would. Seriously. So the solution is, by using 3 plugins, Rename It, Styles Generator, and Automate, we'll be able to quickly create and clean up these styles. Oh, and I'm going to put the link to this file in the description of this video so you can follow along with me during the tutorial or just enjoy watching it. And the first thing I'm going to do is select all these colors, and I'm going to call them all the same thing to begin with and then manually change their names later. Now if we go to Plugins, Rename It, and select Rename Selected Layers, at the top we can enter color /red /R100. Now R100 is red 100, or the 100% tint of that color. Just going to select rename. And you can see over here, all of them are now called the same thing. We can now quickly go through, select this one, and change it to blue B100. This one to light blue LB100. You get the idea. This one's going to be green G100. Orange O100. Yellow Y. Neutral N100. And white. Okay, I'm not going to turn these into styles yet because I'm going to show you how to really quickly do that with another plugin a little bit later on. Okay, for the shapes, we've got some lines here, so I'm just going to select all of them. Go to Plugins, Rename It, Rename Selected Layers, and enter shape /line /red /R100 /1 pixel, and then center. There's one inner one here, but we'll change the name in that now. Okay, this one is the 1 pixel one, so the line of it's fine. This one is 1.5. This one is 2. This one is 4. And the one at the bottom that I'm actually just going to move up is 1 inner. All right. Now with all of those named like that, I'm just going to turn on layout, duplicate them, and do that enough times until we have one set for each of the colors that are above them. Where did they go? Don't worry, they're still there. All right. Turn layout back off. Select all of the ones underneath blue. Go over to the color swatch here, select the color picker. Just pick out that blue. Do the same for the rest of them. Then we're going to come back here and grab the blue ones, open up, rename it, go to find and replace layers, and then we're going to enter red/R and change it to blue/B. You'll see what that's done here. We now have blue/B100, and we'll do the same with the rest of them. Copy that for now, make it faster next time. Tello? What is a tello? There you go. That last one could just be white. If we look at the styles over here, there are none. There's no shed styles for color or line. Even if we go to the components panel, it's true there as well. Okay. So the next plugin we're going to look at is Styles Generator. I can select all of these elements we've just renamed and make the styles in a couple of clicks. So I'm going to select all of them, deselect that text, go to Plugins, Styles Generator, and then go Generate Shared Styles. Okay, and the window that pops up says it's created 46 styles and applied 2. Let's go and see what that means. Okay, now if I go over to here, we've got this document. We've got color, blue, green, light blue, neutral, orange, and yellow. The same for the lines. White has turned up there for the lines. All of them are there as well. But where has white gone? Now I normally use a design system and it's tried to pick up on that color. You can see Deane DS Fundamentals color. If I drop that down, it's not actually registering. So that's a bit funny, isn't it? Let's go and detach that and create a new style. Okay, now let's see it. Yeah, there it goes. And there you go, we've set up our shared colors and line styles. Let's go and do typography next. Okay, we've got a title and some heading styles here, and we're going to use the same technique that we just used for the colors and line styles, right? So I'm going to call this T/T1/neutral/N100 and then left at the end. Okay, I'm going to call this one H1. I can pretty much just copy and paste the rest of this one. And then do that again by renaming all of these. To H2, H3, and H4. Okay, and with that done, I'm going to select them all and duplicate them. It's going to move this group below the first one to about there, and then do it again. Okay, now why would I do that? Well, sometimes you want to have a normal default neutral set, maybe a primary color set, which for me is red, and then another one for blue. So let's select all of these, go over to the text and override their color. I'm going to select red here, which is in my document colors, and I'm going to select blue here. Okay, I'm going to select all the red ones, go to plugins, rename it, find and replace layers, change neutral /N to red /R, and then select the blue ones and do the same thing for them. Lowercase l there. Okay, and with that done, I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to turn on layout, then I'm going to duplicate them. I'm going to go to that fourth column there, duplicate them again, and go to there. Now, why have I done that? Well, I'm going to select all of them in the middle here, go to rename it, find and replace, change left to center. Then I'm going to change their alignment to center. Let's select all of these, go to plugins, rename it, find and replace layers again, and change left to right. And then right align them. Okay, let's turn layout off. Then just check over here, there's no textiles. Over there or here. Okay, we're going to select everything and use the Styles Generator plugin again. Okay, it's made 45 new styles. Let's go and see if they're all there. Okay, we've got center, left, right. This document has a T1 style in blue, neutral, and red. And all of their alignments. The same with the heading styles. Okay. Okay, for the body styles, you can see I've got this little cheat sheet down here. It's going to go and copy and paste these names. Go over to their layers. And that one's body / body / neutral / N80, because it's the 80% tint of 100% tint of neutral. And then left aligned. This one's going to be body strong. This one you can see there is body small. And body small strong. We can probably just do this by body small strong, and then duplicate that last part. Yeah, so you can see that sometimes it makes sense to use the rename it plugin, but I renamed all of those pretty quickly, right? So let's move on to the links. This one's going to be link / link / B100, because it's blue 100, left. I'm going to copy and paste that first one, but I'm going to put hover here. This is going to be link small. Copy and paste the whole thing. And then / hover. You can see the hover style there, it gets an underline. We've got a label style here, which is label / label / neutral / N80 / left, and the bullet lists. So I've got list / list bullet / neutral / N80 / left. I'm going to copy paste that and go number instead of bullet. Copy and paste the first one into here. Just call this bullet small. And copy and paste the second one to here. And call this list number small. Okay, and since we don't need color variations, I'm just going to select them all, turn on layout, duplicate them, move them over to there, and then to there. Then I'm going to select all the middle ones, rename them to center, just like we did before, and the headings by changing left to center, and then again to right aligned. Let's align those to to the center and then align these to the right. I'm going to select everything and go to Plugins, Styles Generator, Generate Styles. Okay, 39 styles created. Fantastic. Let's go and check them out. Now we've got body styles in the normal body, neutral, N80, left, center, right. Body small styles, body small strong styles, which are the bold ones, and then body strong bold styles as well. Fantastic. And everything's come together. You got the label there for your input fields, the link styles, and there we have center and then center hover, the list styles, list bullet small, and then the other ones there as well. The next thing we're going to look at is iconography. Now, if you're someone like me who manages a design system, sometimes you can have over 300 icons, especially if you're working at a bank and each icon represents a different spending category, right? Right. So the problem for me is naming our icons with forward slashes keeps things organized in Sketch, but creates a nested folder structure when they're exported. We then have to rename each icon one by one, which can take a while if we have over 100 icons. And the solution is the flat export plugin, which is something I only picked up on about a month ago, so thank God I came across it. It's going to allow us to convert those forward slashes into kebab case, which are dashes, snake case, which is underscores, or camel case, capitalized without any spaces. Turning this into this. All right. I'm just going to export all the icons as you would do normally and see what that gives us. I'm going to select them all. They've all been set to SVG. I'm going to go to Export Selected and just put them in the Pictures folder. And you can see how each section in that naming convention has been turned into a folder. We've got icon, 24, chevron, file, print, and all of the icons are called N100 SVG, which is what you don't want. Let's go back and spit them out with the flat export plugin. And the only issue we have with this plugin is that you have to get this artboard out of the way. If you place anything behind the actual icon that's getting exported, it will include it. So let's just move this down, select all those icons again, and then go to Plugins, Flat Export, Flat Export. And here we go. Gives you the naming format, which is kebab case, snake case, or camel case. And for me, it's good to have use for layer name. You can add a prefix. And you can have SVG, PNG, or JPEG. I'm just going to select snake case and go continue. And just put them in the same folder. Okay, down here it just said exported 13 layers. And here they are, named what they should be named as individual files without any renaming. Fantastic. Let's go have a look. Yep, they're all fine. Let's just reset this. And then go and look at one of my favorite plugins on earth, Auto Layout. Yes, it's still fire. Let's go. And here's the reason I still use Auto Layout. For layout limits and stacking. The problem is, even though Sketch introduced Smart Layout, it still doesn't support max widths and heights. Percentages are one of my most used features in Auto Layout, stacks. The solution is, here are two examples. The footer is from part 16 of my design system series, and the other is how I use stacks to build out tables inside Sketch. Okay, I'm going to select the footer and then go to Container. You can see here that the width is 100% from parent. And on the right here, the max width is 1440 pixels. And if you want to go in and take a look at the values I've given all the other elements, feel free to do that by looking at this file. But I'm just going to show you what that max width actually does. Imagine the container is just like HTML, and it's been set to have that max width of 1440, but still be 100% of its parent with 16 pixels of padding on the left and right. If you resized it, it would do this. See how the container is staying the same width until it hits the sides where there's 16 pixels and then starts to scale down from there. Now that's going to save you a lot of time by only having to create one desktop footer that you can use for this breakpoint, which is 1920, or 1440, or probably as low as something like 1366 or 1024. 1366 may get a bit squashed, but there you go. You've now got a fluid footer symbol. If we look at this table, and I might just move up a little bit here, and go into how it's put together, we've got the table head. We go in there, we've got these cells, and then each cell from left to right is set up inside a stack. I'm just going to collapse pins here so we can just focus on this, which is horizontal direction and aligned centered. If I was to move this one over, it would replace the other one, and the other ones would snap into place. And I can do that at this level. I don't have to make a symbol of all of those table cells to be able to achieve that, which is something you would have to do in Sketch. The same thing can be said for the table rows. Now, table rows are in a vertical stack, and you can see that here. Vertical and then left aligned. Each table row has a similar setup to the table head, where I've got a divider underneath the whole thing. Then we've got our cells along there. Now, I've locked all of those dividers, so I can at any time click and drag, and then probably turn on my layout and resize these until they snap to a different width. Now, if I let go, everything is going to go with it. Then I'm going to grab the ones at the end and pull them along like that. If I then went ahead and deleted all those other ones, just going to turn layout off here, selected this table row, and then just kept on duplicating, the stack makes them all just stack on top of each other. So you can imagine how much more productive you're going to be by setting up a table that's similar to this, and being able to do that without going into a nested symbol and then back out again, and again, and out again. Yeah, you waste time. Okay, if I just zoom out, there's one plugin we haven't gone into, and that's Automate. Now what I tend to use Sketch Automate for is cleaning up unwanted text styles and layer styles. So I'm just going to zoom out. I'm going to select everything here. Go over to the right and select Detach. Do the same here. I'm just going to select some random stuff. Detach. Okay, now they're not assigned to anything, right? So I can go to Plugins, Automate, go to Style, and then go down and select Remove Unused Layer Styles. And all the ones I just detached are now coming up. I'm gonna get rid of them all. And then I can do the same again for those text styles. Unused text styles. There you go. Okay. Now I'm going to go to that blue title just to show you what happened. Then go to T1, neutral. Right, so there's only neutral left. Got some styles still there and some not. Just going to undo both of those. Make sure we've still got everything in there. Okay, when I opened up Sketch Automate, you saw a lot of different commands, even in just that section. Let's go have a quick look at the Swiss Army knife of Sketch plugins. Let's go to Arrange. What can it do? Change places between two objects. Tile objects. Order layers by everything. Layer. Fit to parent with margins. Okay. Unlock all layers. Fantastic. Select layers and selection type by groups, text layers. Man, there's just so much here. Look at it. Symbol. Find and replace symbol. Select all instances of symbols. Detach all symbols in page or artboard. Wow. Library commands, artboard, style, text, guides, slice, data, prototyping, development, utilities, help. And you pretty much get the idea that even if I did one tutorial on just the Sketch Automate plugin, we'd be here all day. But for now, we're pretty much finished. Okay, we've managed to set up color and layer styles, typography, export some icons that didn't need renaming, and look at a couple of components like a footer and a table that are going to save you a lot of time when you're laying those things out. And that's basically it. A look at my 5 top plugins for productivity. And once again, stay safe, stay at home if you need to, look after the people that you love, look after yourselves. Let's try and get through this together, and please try and stay positive. I know it's hard. Sometimes the isolation part of it is pretty tough, but yeah. I hope you're all right. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.